How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good, good. Obviously it's the beginning of preseason and you know, about 9 days of training and then the game. Uh, as good as you could be feeling at this point of the year. So yeah, great. Honestly, to get a game under the belt, first 60 or so minutes for me, and so yeah, starting the year off good.
How do you feel about where the team is at right now, John? Obviously, there's still sort of additions that have to be made, specifically a DP striker. But and just in terms of where the roster is right now, where the team is going to Spain, how do you feel about where the team overall?
I feel really good actually. I've seen the guys train out there today, and with the different faces that we already have in, it there's a good feeling. There's a good feeling within the group. I've heard that training has started off really well, and the level of training today, I thought was really good, and the intensity, and the engagement from everybody was really good. So it's exciting, honestly. I can't wait to incorporate myself into the group and get with the group training and getting to Spain, and yeah, I'm sure there will probably be some more additions to come, and so. But yeah, at the moment, I think we're pretty excited about where we're at.
You've played against Walker Zimmerman. I'm interested to hear your take on him now that he's a teammate and what you think he can bring to TFC.
Well, first of all, obviously his quality on the pitch is really really good. We're talking about a former MLS Defender of the Year multiple times. National team player, played in the World Cup, captain. So it's a very high level player, and he's going to help us a lot on the field. But I think um, him off the field is going to be just as big of an impact. His leadership and his character and personality in the locker room, I think is exactly what this team needs, and so yeah, I'm really happy we have him, and I think obviously for sure the team is very excited to have him and to see what he's going to bring to the team this year.
It's early days, obviously, Jonathan, but do you think the team kind of turned a corner the way you ended last season? It was a big win over Orlando, very few losses towards the end. Do you think there's a good runway set down for this year?
Yeah, I would say that we started to build kind of like a foundation, I think, and getting all those draws, a lot of times we were disappointed to not get 3 points, which is it's a positive sign, and yeah, we became a really hard team to beat, honestly, and it was hard to score goals on us, which I think is always fundamental in a good team, to be good on that side of the ball. But then to end it the way we did, to score 4 goals at the last game, it was definitely a confidence boost going into this year, and yeah, so I think there's a really good foundation. I think we have an idea of how you know Robin likes to play and how Robin wants the team to look, and so yeah, now with the additions, incorporating them and getting them up to speed, and yeah, and yeah, we're looking to basically kick off where we left off last year.
Obviously, losing Sean was he brought a lot to this club, but Luca is a young goalkeeper who's shown a lot of talent. You saw him in camp. Uh, um, this is his chance, really, is it not, this year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think Luca has been fortunate in the last couple of years to have been behind a guy like Sean, because that's a great guy to learn from, honestly, in all aspects of the game and in life in general. So I think Luca, has been patient, and I'm sure he's been itching to get his chance, and it's here now. And then now it's up to him. It's up to him to take that opportunity and to show that he could be trusted as the number one at this club.
You saw obviously Malik having a big impact when he came off the bench against Guatemala. Having played with him for a little bit now, John, what's been your impression of the young man? How high is his ceiling, do you think?
Yeah, I think Malik, he's such a great character, especially in the locker room. He has a charisma about him, And I think when he goes on the field, he brings a lot of energy. He brings energy. He could be, really electric with his speed and pace. And so I think for Malik, he has to, there's still a lot that I think he can improve on, and he will improve on. But I think he has some really good tools right now, and I think for him, it's about being able to use his strengths to his advantage in the game, and to find those opportunities to use his strengths. Because as you can see, when he gets on the run with the ball and he can whip in a really good cross, he's not only showed it in the last game, but he showed it last year, even against Philadelphia the time he came in. So yeah, I think slowly Malik should build himself more and more to make impacts off the bench, and slowly making an impact with more minutes as well.
Are you looking forward to playing with Jordy in the sense that now he's kind of firmly embedded in the team, and you're going to have like a full preseason with him? It's a full sort of season. I wonder just how excited are you to playing with him, and what kind of impact do you think he can make now that he's kind of firmly embedded in here?
Yeah, very, very excited. Georgie is a special player, and the great thing about Georgie is he's a team player as well. He plays a lot and sacrifices a lot for the team. But I think now with going into this preseason and getting more acclimated to each other, I think it's important for us to make Georgie feel like he is a special player, and to believe in that he can go out there and try things and take risks, because that's the player that we need him to be. And yeah, I just think with more time, with the team playing together, Georgie's going to make a huge impact for our team this year.
John, if we go back to last year and we start looking at the acquisitions, you got Georgie, you got Jose, Walker coming in now, William Yarbrough, who we just met. Are you seeing a sort of pattern or a commonality in what the club is looking to bring in?
Yeah, I think what I see is they're bringing guys that know the league, that are experienced in the league, and that are battle tested in this league, and know how to win in this league, which is very important. So, Jose Sifu, has won an MLS Cup. Will was just with Inter Miami last year. Walker has won, the Open Cup with Dallas. These guys have, championship pedigree. And I think that's important. To be a good team, you need to have championship experience. And so, yeah, I think these additions are really good, and what this team needed at this time.
What did you think, Jonathan? You got a close look at Ralph Priso, of course, well from your time here. He turned heads with his role as a center back. What did you see in him these days?
Oh, I see a player coming into his own now. A player now that has had a lot of experience now. He's switched positions and found a place on the field now where he can make a huge difference. But I think he's still a midfielder as well, and I think it's an advantage for him at center back, having grown up playing in the midfield and having kind of that eye for the game, and now to play in the back with his defensive strengths, but also his strengths on the ball. You're seeing a player now that is very confident and entering a really important part in his career. And so, yeah, these 6 months are going to be great for Ralph. I think I feel like Vancouver is really banking on him and trusting in him, and as he deserves it. And yeah, he has all the chance in the world to find his way onto the roster. So it's going to be tough. I mean, it's tough for a lot of guys, and as it should be. And so all the competition all around the pitch is just going to make for everybody's levels to rise and be high.
Does it make it difficult to add another layer to you this season, given there's so much on the line internationally as well? Or do you just have to really take it game by game? Because if you start thinking ahead, it just gets too confusing.
Yeah, it's exactly that. If you start to think ahead and, think about, I guess, the difficulty of what's to come and making the team and all that, it will make things, hard to start the season and stuff. And I think, like I've always said, for the national team, the way you do in the club is what gets you on that team. And so, while you're with the club, you concentrate on that 100%, and that will lead to things, to good things with your national team always. So yeah, for me now, I was with the national team and my focus was there for the last 10 days, and it was a great camp for us to start the year, to get going. And but now the focus for now is the preseason with TFC and making sure that we start off the season strong.
John, I'm not sure if you saw the news, but Toronto's been drawn against Ottawa in the first round of the Canadian Championship. I just want to get your thoughts on hosting the reigning CPL champions in such an important game and early on in the round competition too.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great match against a tough team. They're the defending champions, and so that's going to be a team with a lot of confidence and going into that game with everything, honestly, with feeling like they got something to prove. So yeah, it's not an easy draw for us again, and but it's going to be great. I think it's great for Canadian soccer that these two teams are going against each other, and so it should set up for a really good match.
John, this isn't your first preseason, but 2026 is going to be a pretty big year. Do you carry a little bit of extra motivation heading into this year, or what is this year going to be about?
Again, yeah, yes, of course, a little bit extra, I guess, with the World Cup coming, but not going into it any differently than I have in the other preseasons. I've always been motivated and excited to start every preseason. But yes, if again, having that kind of in your subconscious, the World Cup is coming, it's exciting, and if you can use that in a good way as motivation, then you do that. So yeah, for me, as I mentioned, it's about taking it day by day and making sure that every game I'm going into it and putting good performances, and then see where that takes me come June.
What do you expect about the training camp in Spain?
I expect a really good and energetic group. That's we're gonna use the trainings and the games to find our way and make sure that we are building towards the season and making sure that we are firing on all cylinders going into the first game against Dallas.
Okay.